Hey yo, what is going on guys? Cash and Clean here, and for today's video we finally got the update that we've been talking about for the past couple weeks now. All the maintenances, all the little updates, it's finally here. Although, I gotta say I'm not too impressed. I'm not a big fan of this update, but maybe you guys are. I feel like this would have been fine, like maybe a few years down the future, but I guess we have it now. So if we take a look in the background over there, we have a new area, which I kind of like. I guess if they added something there, they might eventually in the future add something over there. And then, I don't know, it's just, I feel like the hub is kind of getting cluttered up now. Like, I feel like things are going to be placed in random spots, and I'm just going to have to make like a hub tutorial on like where to find everything, because there's just so many things now. Let's take a look at what we got here. Basically, long story short, we have Crystal 5 gear. Like there's no hiding it, there's no beating around the bush. We got Crystal 5 gear. I don't have one right now, and I'm not sure if I ever will, to be honest, because it says here, I'm looking at the patch notes by the way. I will link it in the description if you guys want to check it out yourselves. And if you want to check out this update, you can log on to the PTS and see for yourself what's going on. If you're on console, I do apologize, but I'll do my best to go over the patch notes in this video. And then I'll kind of do a little bit of a walkthrough in my next video, just talking about like each thing. So like I'll go more into depth into everything that's going on in here. Also, there's supposed to be a new NPC somewhere, but I don't see where that NPC is, so I guess I'll figure that out later. But anyway, as I was reading here, it says that Crystal 5 gear can drop naturally the same way as Crystal 4 equipment, but at a much slower rate. So what does that mean? It just means that it's going to take a really long time. So if you didn't know Crystal 4, you would go to 115 or higher in delves, make sure that it's a U10 vault that you're opening, and going through 51 vaults at U10 would guarantee you a Crystal 4, or you can go to the Soonard Uplands in U11, do the towers, all that stuff. I got a couple of Crystal 4s randomly just doing 5-star dungeons. I don't think you can get them from regular dungeons, but either way I'm guessing that's the new method now. So with the possibility of getting a Crystal 4, you have a possibility of getting a Crystal 5, but I'll look into the drop rates and all that stuff later. For now, I'm just letting you guys know that this is a thing now. And if you didn't know, upgrading Crystal 4 was kind of a pain. You needed 1000 cores, and that's crystalline cores. And a lot of people might not have that. So if you're looking to upgrade Crystal 5 gear, you may as well just upgrade Crystal 2 gear because that's super cheap. And then once you get Crystal 5 gear, you can start working on upgrading that. I'll kind of go over everything later on, but that's just what it's looking like right now. But anyway, let's get into some of the stuff that we got going on here. So we have like a little gear improvement area here, and this kind of reminds me of the ring crafting area, because we have stuff over here for gear crafting. Now I'm assuming we'll have to eventually learn all this stuff for recipes, but if you finally wanted to craft yourself a stellar or crystal weapon, or anything for that matter, a face hat, whatever it is, you can finally do that here, which is weird because it goes all the way from novice all the way to crystal. And the thing about crystal, it says here in this bench, so we got like another star chart type thing. If we go to this, it says that we can upgrade for a Crystal 2 at the Recipe and Gear Crafting Forge, so that's going to be over here. And then the third one's kind of hidden behind the thing back there. I hope maybe they'll fix it, who knows. Just be on the lookout for the power rank requirement and as well as the upgrade required thing. So this one requires Master Crafter 1, and the other one you needed 250. And if you don't know, Master Crafter 1 is just the name of this, for example. So you need this to get this, and then you need this to get this. And then obviously the power rank requirement. So you can go up to Crystal 4 gear. So this is 3, this is 4. So it looks like we can just craft them, but we can't craft Crystal 5. But on the patch notes here, it does say that we can. So I'm kind of curious on how that's going to work. I'm going to have to play through this update a little bit to find out. But long story short, those of you that have been asking for crystal weapons or stellar gear, all that good stuff, you can finally craft it here for yourself. But on stream, if you do ask me for a stellar gear, I'll probably just give it to you anyway. So you don't really have to go through this process if you really don't want to. And I guess while we're here, I'll kind of talk about how to get the block elements and stuff. It looks like you go here, and looks like there's like a limited amount that you can craft. I don't know if this is going to be like a collectible thing. This says it resets daily. I don't know if that's going to change on the live servers. So if we can only get 500 a day, you can probably make it through most of this, I assume. This is 75, this is 150, that's 300, and then that's 1,000. So I don't know if we can complete this on the first day, but maybe after a couple days, or there's maybe something we can loot collect that gets us this. Obviously this is the forge. Gear Crafter's vault key, so I'm assuming you need this to reset this or something. That's what this is for? Oh no, that's what you need to upgrade the... Oh no, never mind. I guess you need the key to open a guaranteed. So this gives you a rare result. I don't know what that means exactly, but I guess you'll have to spend credits to get that. I don't know if we can get any for free. Oh wait, no, we do 100k qubits. That's pretty cool. And looks like they have like a little deal going on here. So it's discounted if you spend 10,000 credits as opposed to the 1250, which that doesn't really make sense. I don't know why you'd go for this if you can just get this. But at the same time, I don't know, this seems kind of wacky to me. If this is really going to be 100k qubits, just don't bother spending it. You may as well spend the qubits for the star chart because that's going to be a bigger pain. And if you don't know, the star chart is the thing over in that direction at the top. And then going on to the bottom stuff here. So it looks like you'll need this stuff to craft all of your good stuff in here. So we got the melee, the bow, the hat, and the face as well. And it says in order to get these, you have to loot collect a face equipment item with 3 or more stars. And I'm assuming this applies to everything in here. So all of the weapons, all of the faces and hats. So what it means by a 3-star or more, I'm pretty sure this is like a shadow level 3. I could be wrong. Or if you upgrade your stellar or maybe a crystal level 3. Although I don't know why you'd want to loot collect that unless you don't need crystal level 3s. Like if you're brand new, then you may as well just keep it. But if you're endgame and you don't need it, then yeah, I guess there's that. But it looks like we can just craft them infinitely with flux. I actually don't know how I got this flux, but I mean, I guess I'll take it. It is the PTS after all. Also, shoutouts to Bear over here and QQ. Anyway, looks like we have all of the key stuff up there for whatever guaranteed rare result that's going to be for. And then this is all the forging stuff for this stuff over here. So just keep in mind when you're going through this bench, you want to craft 50 things in this bench to unlock the thing over here. I say bench, but like this skill tier. And then you want to craft 50 things in here to unlock the next one. Don't go back and recraft stuff because it won't count for your level. And you want to do that all the way up to this. So it says that we can get crystal 1 here, and then I'm assuming with these upgrades it'll allow us to get crystal 2. I think this is going to be similar to the ring stuff. So if you didn't know, here, I'll just go over there real quick and show you guys. So if we go to the ring bench over here and go down to the on the loop, we have a bunch of stuff here. If we go to the gilded, this is going to be a guaranteed 3-star or better. So if you craft this, you can get a guaranteed 3-star. You have a chance of getting a level 4 ring crystal, that is. And they have that for level 2 or better. So that's going to be the signatory. And we just have the one up here. And one more thing I forgot to note, when you're crafting these things at the forge, so if you have a character, for example, that doesn't use energy, so I think Rev is going to be one of those characters. So yeah, no energy. So you're not going to get a weapon that has energy regen on it. So something like that. Yo, someone recognizes me. Give him a little wave. And I'm pretty sure you can just change the stats if you don't like it. So we have the Chaos Forge over here. And it looks like it is 3rd stat reroll week. So that's pretty cool. Or 2nd stat reroll week. 2nd stat reroll week. Alright, so I'm checking out more of the patch notes here. So it says the block elements are obtained from loot collecting from just adventuring out. So just farming dungeons and stuff, it's gonna be these things over here. Now it doesn't say how many, but I guess the 500 that you can craft here, you can get more. I don't know if that's gonna be the exact number on the live servers, but I probably should have looked over here at the actual description itself. So it looks like we can get it. I don't know how many you do get, but I guess I'll go over all of that stuff in the next video. Just getting into the more specifics. So I guess another thing to note is that we have the Gear Crafter's Vault. So it's not like a bench over here, it looks like. I'm looking into the Gear Crafter's Terminus here. And one of the things that you unlock here is the Gear Crafter's Vault. We get 5, as well as some keys. And with the keys, you use it on the vault to get some, I guess, quote unquote, lucky results. So I think that's what you're going to use to get your Crystal 4, or up to Crystal 4, I should say. And apparently, for whatever reason, I feel like this is like discrimination a little bit from Trove. But if you're 45k on a class, so I'll just go to, I don't know, Solarion, for example. So if I open it with Solarion, there's a rare chance that if I open it, I can get a Crystal 5. So it kind of sucks if you're new. And if you're not 45k PR, but I guess that's just something they added now. And apart from that, before I actually just dive deep into the update, which again, like I said, I'll do that in the future video, it looks like we can get something called a Vault Magnet Potion, which is sold from Moore's tab from the store. And it looks like it is not in here at the moment. So I guess they're probably gonna add that later on. I don't see it in there. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but apparently with the Gear Crafter's Vault stuff, so it says that whenever you open a chest in Uber 1 or higher, and apparently if you're at Uber 9, I think maybe even higher, it says you get at least 1 Gear Crafter's Vault, which will drop for each dungeon. So I guess the more dungeons you do, then the more of those vaults that you get. And then if you have the keys from this stuff over here, you can get your rare results. But I guess just like the crystal rings, you can get it up to crystal level 4, but I really don't know entirely yet. I have to actually try it out. And yeah, I don't want to read off the entire patch notes, but it looks like that's the gist of it. I still don't know where the NPCs are. I thought there were supposed to be NPCs. It doesn't look like there's any around here, unless they're in another location or just not in the game yet. Or unless, I don't know, maybe this is an NPC. Oh wait, this is supposed to be Gary, I'm pretty sure, from the video, from the screenshot. But I think they changed the name of it. Pretty sure they named this guy Gary. I don't know what happened. So I guess he has a different name now. But anyway, long story short, we have an update for gear. This isn't really entirely for mastery, but they do have some mastery related things, like new styles and stuff like that. Obviously the things in here that we have to get finished. But in terms of mastery, it's not going to be so bad. In terms of power rank, it's gonna be kind of rough. On the live servers, I'm top 20 for power rank, and I was getting pretty close to finishing. But now I don't think I'm gonna be finishing at all, because upgrading Crystal 4 was kind of a pain. And farming it for every single class, getting the right weapon, all of that was kind of a headache to deal with, and now we gotta go through that process with Crystal 5, and I'm still not even done with my Crystal Gems. Overall, in my opinion, I'm not really a fan of this update. I don't really think we needed Crystal 5 yet, but I don't know, maybe you guys think that we do. I'm curious on what you guys think in the comments down below. I feel like after a couple of years, this update would have been fine, but that's just in my opinion. I really don't think we needed Crystal 5, and it's kind of weird because our Crystal Ring is 4, so I don't know if at some point they're gonna add 5. I don't know why they didn't add it with this update. They may as well just add a crystal level 5. And the interesting thing about the rings is that the highest tier is called golden, the golden ring box for the class. So I don't know what they would call the crystal 5 if that's even tradable. And then our gems are basically kind of level 1-ish. I don't know if you want to consider it that way, but I'm pretty sure these will stay at crystal. I don't think they're going to do anything there. And I'm really surprised that they're adding crystal 5 gear, but they haven't touched the modules yet. They're gonna do it at some point, I already know it. But like, we've had these at Stellar for so long now. And the fact that we added, what, Crystal 4 gear, and then now we're adding Crystal 5 gear, we had Crystal Gems, Crystal Rings, all of that stuff, but we've completely ignored all of this stuff. Like, I don't want to deal with all of the module stuff, but if we have Crystal on everything, then we're probably gonna get Crystal on this. I don't see why the update wasn't towards this, but that's just in my opinion. Overall, I'm kind of not a fan of this, but at the same time, this is kind of cool. So if you're like new, like I mentioned before, you can just craft the weapon that you need now. It might take you a little bit of time because the resources for this might be a little bit rough, but I believe in you guys can do it. And yeah, I'll bring out more content for this update in a future video, just every couple days or so. And then I will be sure to make an updated mods video. But on that note, I'm still curious on what you guys think. So let me know if you like this update. Let me know if there's things that should be changed, or what kind of update you guys were expecting. But on that note, thank you all so much for listening, watching, viewing, and subscribing. And I will talk to you all later.